The weekly code quiz. We mentioned that there are other properties associated with @font face. While we won't go over every property, it is important to touch on a few more in addition to those required: font family and source. What is font weight? Font weight is used to indicate the weight of the font in the @font face rule. For a particular typeface, different styles and weights can be downloaded. The font weight is used to explicitly state the weight that should be used. What values does font weight accept? Font weight accepts the values of normal, bold, and a number between 1 and 1,000. The higher the number, the bolder the weight. In general, 100 is thin, 300 is light, 400 is normal, 500 is medium, 600 is semi or demi-bold, 700 is bold, and 800 is extra bold, and 900 is black. Why should you not use a font weight below 200? Font weights below 200 will have accessibility issues, especially with a low contrast color ratio. Here is an example for the bold weight of Sentinel. @font face. Font family Sentinel. Source URL /assets/font/ Sentinel bold web font .woff2 format WOFF2. Font weight 700. What is font style? Font style indicates if a font is styled as normal, italic, or oblique face. Italic fonts are cursive and use less horizontal space. Oblique fonts are just sloped versions of the regular font. What values does font style accept? Font style accepts the values of normal, italic, oblique, or oblique with an angle specified, such as oblique 23 degrees. The value of the angle can be between -90 degrees and 90 degrees. What is the default angle for font style? If no angle is specified, the default is 14 degrees. Here is an example for the italic weight of Sentinel. @font face. Font family Sentinel. Source URL /assets/fonts/Sentinel italic web font .woff2 format WOFF2. Font style italic. Why should you avoid italicizing large sections of text? For accessibility reasons, avoid italicizing large sections of text because these will be difficult to read for those with dyslexia. What is font stretch? Font stretch is used to describe fonts that may be condensed or expanded. What are the values of font stretch? Acceptable values include normal, semi-condensed, condensed, extra condensed, ultra condensed, semi-expanded, expanded, extra expanded, and ultra expanded, or a percentage between 50% and 200% with no negative values. How do the percentages correspond with the values? Normal would be 100%. So 50% is ultra condensed, 75% is condensed, 125% is expanded, and 200% is ultra expanded. This property is useful for the newer variable fonts that support a wider range of stretching. Most other fonts have particular widths that correspond to the acceptable key terms. Here is a demo of a variable version of the Google font Roboto called Roboto Flex. If we were to use Roboto Flex, we might write out a statement like this. @font face. Font family Roboto Flex. Source URL Roboto Flex -vf WOFF2 format WOFF2 supports variations, URL Roboto Flex -vf WOFF2 format WOFF2 variations. Font weight 100, 1000, font stretch 25%, 151%. You can see that there are some differences from what we have been learning. Since variable fonts are new, they are not fully supported. The format WOFF2 variations is current, but will be deprecated, while WOFF2 supports variations is a future format. Two numbers are indicated for font weight and font stretch, since you should indicate the range of supported weights and percentage of stretch. When using a variable font, you will want to indicate the amount of stretch you desire. Dot somewhat narrow, font stretch 60%. Dot extremely wide, font stretch 150%. Is it a good idea to stretch a font? Before stretching a font, consider accessibility. Those with dyslexia or other cognitive conditions may have difficulty reading fonts that are condensed too much, especially those with a low contrast color ratio. Presented by Designers Learn Code.